Yo, what is going on, guys? So we're back today with another video, and we're taking up another 6-star to rank 2, and this will be my first awakened 6-star that I've actually ever ranked up. Captain Marvel and Thing are currently the only ones I've ranked up, and they're both still unawakened. So yeah, Mr. Fantastic, we just duped him from the 6-star featured pool, which was pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm a big fan of Mr. Fantastic. This guy actually loves me. It's weird. I pulled him as a 6-star out of Cavs. I pulled his 5-star out of the featured. I pulled his 5-star out of a Nexus. Pulled his 4-star, his 3-star out of the Cavs, and then we pulled a 6-star out of the featured. I keep pulling this guy, but I don't mind. I really don't. I think he's pretty cool, and I'd honestly consider taking him to rank 3 if I didn't already have Thing, but Thing is he's got that spot. He's got that spot locked down, ranking him up now, I'll have every single member of the Fantastic Four at a rank 5 or equivalent level, like 6-star rank 2 level. So that's really awesome. I have the whole team and then plus Doom. So that 5-man team is sick, man. They cover a lot of ground, and it's pretty crazy. So that's awesome. I also have a really cool Mr. Fantastic video coming that I don't think anyone else has done yet. I'm pretty sure. And I tried to do it actually a month ago, but it was pretty hard to pull off with a 6-star rank 1 unduped Mr. Fantastic, I'll say. But with a rank 2 awakened, I'll definitely be able to do it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And there's so much I can do with Mr. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. But as you can see, I'm still missing that tier 5 science catalyst, which sucks. I'm gonna use it on Thing once I get it, but yeah. But Mr. Fantastic, dude, he's so cool. There's so much you can do with this guy. It's crazy because of his abilities and his crossfight abilities and everything. Crossfight with alliance mates and stuff. The possibilities are just wide open with him. So I figured, let's take him into some Labyrinth, see what his damage can do once you actually set this guy up. So I brought in the 5-star version as well, just for the extra debuff, and also the Council of Reed Synergy gives, I think it's 20% attack or something like that. So I did this fight a couple of times, and I had suicides on it first, and I was kind of sucking. Because the one thing I really hate about him is his heavy attack. Its reach just isn't as long as it should be. And the guy stretches. So why is his heavy such a short range, man? He should be able to stretch his limbs across the battle realm, or across the battlefield, I mean, to connect a heavy attack, I don't know. I feel like it should be longer. But, yeah, the first time I tried to fight Red Hulk here, I was just bad. My spacing was terrible, and so after practicing it a couple times, I got the spacing kind of down. Kind of got a play style in mind as well, and then I also took off suicides because the play style that I found is good to use L1s with. So that's nice. I'm also rocking. I changed my defensive mastery, so I put on Resonate, so I can apply a weakness debuff, and also the mastery before Resonate. It's for each debuff on the opponent, it lowers their attack by 2%. So that's think about it right now. Let's count how many debuffs we have. 3, 6, 9, at least 10 debuffs. It's more like 12, but now that those are passive, I don't know what those count as. But right now, let's say we have 10 debuffs. So 10 times 2 is 20. So we're lowering his attack by 20% right now. Boom, we just got a bunch more debuffs. I think the mastery has a maximum of 36% you can lower the attack by. Plus the weaknesses that we're actually applying from Resonate, and I think there's one with the Invisible Woman synergy. Sorry, it's a bit laggy here, not sure why. I am Lagacy though, so but yeah, so we're lowering his attack rate by a lot, so we can take some block damage, or if we actually do get hit, we're not going to take much damage. And on top of all that, my favorite mechanic about Mr. Fantastic is his evasion. This guy's chance to evade goes up with each debuff on the opponent. And at some point, I think at one point I had 20 debuffs on the opponent, so the chance to evade goes so high. As you can see, boom, we're evading. It's crazy. The evade rate is it's insane, man. But right there, unfortunately, some debuffs fell off, so I'm going to have to use the L2 to get them back, but the Petrifies stayed on. I hate when that happens. Right here, he evades my heavy attack. Bro, what? How do you evade that? But yeah, like I like him, but he's hard to play. He's definitely hard to play, and there's limber here, so you really got to be careful of that. It's and he's evading more, which is so annoying. But yeah, without limber, if you can just easily keep those debuffs on, man, it's great. But with limber, kind of got to play around it. Much more tricky. But that's why I do like using the L1 actually, because it's an easy knockdown on the opponent. And now that my Mr. Fantastic is actually awakened, I think the awakened ability gives you more power rate. It increases your power rate. I'm not sure at Sig 20 how much it does, but you can pretty much get him into a place where you lower the opponent's power rate with one of the debuffs, and then you're able to increase yours through the signature ability, and it's just like the opponent, you can just keep intercepting against the wall, keep backdraft intercepting, and there it takes them like so long to get one bar, and by that time you're already at like 2 bars, and it's just great. Once you really get the cycle going, and man, it's really great. But you'll see, we'll start intercepting soon here. I'm just trying to get all set up. Here we go, back to 3 of each of the debuffs. There we go. Now if I can just keep them up. And, I tried at the start to, and I've tried a couple of times to get the L1 and the L2 careful studies on him. But it is ridiculously hard to only bait L2s while keeping up on the debuffs. Like, you gotta keep knocking him down, keep those debuffs. It is insanely hard to manage both of those things without him just throwing an L1 here or there. So see, like right here, I'm trying to do it, but here he's just gonna throw an L1, and like, it's ridiculously hard. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm not even gonna worry about it. It doesn't really matter. And so yeah, I'm here just kicking him in the corner. I love doing that, but if you do it too many times, you'll push yourself out. Which is super annoying. Again, the heavy attack, I wish they could change it, man. I really do. I remember that's like one of the things Cam said in the CCP when we first tested him. He's like, "Why is his heavy such a like? Look at that. Like, it needs a better reach, man. The guy can stretch. He shouldn't be too short for anything. The guy can just stretch. God, I don't know, man. But the L3 looks super sick here. And the more debuffs that you have on him, you get a Fury. The more debuffs, the more potent the Fury actually is. So it's a good idea to parry beforehand, but I was just trying to conserve some parries for limber and everything like that, so I can refresh the debuffs here. But yeah, 22k heavy attack, not bad. 10k medium, 6k light, almost a 10k medium again. And you can see with the Fantastic Four synergy, like he's passively ticking like how Void does for each debuff. Right now it's 600, 400 right now, and the more debuffs, of course, the more it ticks. Right here it's ticking for 1,000, so that's really nice, man. Full Fantastic Four team synergy turns Mr. Fantastic sort of into Void, so that's awesome. And you can see, like, we got hit by an L1 a little while ago, and it barely tickled us, because it's reduced already by 75% with the Careful Study passive right now. Plus, on top of that, all the debuffs that I have on him with the masteries and just the weakness debuffs themselves. His attack rate is so low that even if we get hit, we'll be fine. And there's a good chance we won't get hit because we'll evade. So it feels like really safe to play him, which I really do like. And you can just get kind of rambunctious with your intercepts. Red Hulk, it's just kind of annoying when he doesn't want to throw these specials. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw my L1, put a taunt on him, and there we go. He finally throws it. I had to taunt him. And yeah. But, I don't know. He's cool. He's really cool. But I don't know. He feels like he's kind of missing something on his own. With the full team synergy, it's pretty great. Still, just that heavy attack's the real problem I have with him. But yeah, he's pretty good survivability wise and everything. And the damage output, it's not bad once you get it all built up. It can be a little tricky to build up, and of course, depending on your opponent, you might not be able to get in the knockdowns to keep all your debuffs up. So it really does depend on some things like that, which is kind of annoying. And he does not seem like the most suicide-friendly champ. Like here I'm spamming L1s to keep the debuffs up. Right there, those evades, man, they're so clutch. I really love those evades. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's... Like, I think Thing is the best Fantastic Four member overall, and then Torch is a pretty close second, I'd say. Some people are like, "What? You don't think Torch is better than Thing?" Like, whereas like a year ago, people were, or not a year ago, like half a year ago, people were like, Human Torch being as good as Thing, not even close, you know. But yeah, I do still think Thing overall is just a bit better. She just covers so much ground. Whereas Human Torch, you know, he has his niche, and nobody really does his niche better than him, which is great. Like for the Abyss, you know, like you don't really see too many people using Thing in the Abyss, whereas Human Torch, you see him a lot in the Abyss. And then, so I think those are definitely the top two of the Fantastic Four. And then Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, I'd probably say Mr. Fantastic is better and just more useful overall. But I do think Invisible Woman is good, but it's just so much ramp up and I don't know. And then Doctor Doom isn't a part of the Fantastic Four, but I mean, I think I'd put him at the top. I don't know. Yeah, Doctor Doom is pretty goddamn good, man. So like having all 5 of them on a team is a pretty sick team. I got a couple ideas for some videos to make with the whole team, which would be cool. But right here, you see with that Fury, man, that was a great combo. Those crits were really good. We're just intercepting him against the wall. You see it takes his power so long to get up there. He still doesn't even have a bar of power after all those combos. It is great. We've got a taunt on him, so he throws it. There we go. You can keep throwing my L1s. Keep up all these debuffs, man. It's great. Look at all those debuffs. Almost 3 rows of icons there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So many little icons going on. Yeah, just with the Fantastic Four team, you're getting more debuffs. The Incinerate and the Heal Block are both from the Human Torch synergy, I believe. You get an Incinerate on the L1, and then if the whole Fantastic Four is there, you also get a Heal Block debuff. So that's cool. Yeah, one more heavy. Almost does the trick. Couple of blocked hits. One more L1, and a couple more blocked hits, and there we go. Red Hulk falls. Look at those SpongeBob arms. And there we go, 385 hits. I mean, it's quite a bit of hits, but like the safety net of him is pretty nice. And then I also went ahead and fought Old Man Logan, because I was just like, you know, why not? Why not? So I get in here, and at the end of the last, I still have 2 persistent charges. At the end of the last fight, we had so many debuffs that we got 5 persistent charges back. So I had more than enough to apply the 3 on this fight, and then I still have 2 left over. I think how it works is if you don't use a single persistent charge, then your special attacks are unblockable. But I think it should be if you like have at least 2 persistent charges when the fight starts, your special attacks should be unblockable. So you know, like it rewards you if you have 5, use 3, you still have 2 left, you still get that unblockability. I kind of wish it was like that, because the whole unblockable special things, if you don't use the debuffs, is kind of pointless, because if you're going to use Mr. Fantastic, you definitely want to use his debuffs, unless you're fighting debuff immune or something. But then why would you use Mr. Fantastic? That would just be a terrible matchup. So yeah, that whole unblockable special things, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. I wish it was like if you have at least 2 persistent charges, then you have unblockable specials, something like that. Like that'd be better. There's like a couple things I wish they would change about Mr. Fantastic. I feel like it would make him much better. The heavy attack, that sort of thing. And you know, the Council of Reed Synergies is cool, but you know, I don't know. I'd much rather bring the full Fantastic Four team synergy than just a bunch of Reeds. So yeah, I don't know. That's a really weird synergy. I don't really like those kinds of synergies. And like the same one for like Doctor Doom. Like the more teammates that you have that are dead, you get an attack increase. Like I'm not a fan of those kind of synergies, man. I'm not a fan of them. Not at all. I love my favorite kind of synergies is like with 2 champions and they both just get a great benefit from them. Like Human Torch and Thing. Like those 2 together, bro, just fantastic. It helps them out. It helps both of them out a ton. Or like I was gonna say Nick Fury, Mr. Nick Fury, and Captain Marvel, where it really helps out Captain Marvel. It doesn't really help out Nick that much actually, but you know, he doesn't need help. Nick Fury doesn't need no help. Well, what I hate about Nick is actually that he's like one of the very few champions. Like his synergy, right? That purifies the bleed and gives you a regen when you're in suicides. I really love that synergy for like Human Torch and a bunch of other champs. But like the champ I want it most with is Nick Fury, but his own synergy doesn't work on himself. I hate that. I really hate that, man. Because then he'd be so much more suicide friendly if that could apply to himself. Like just rocking him at that 30% threshold, get rid of the bleed at the start of the fight, so you're not taking a bunch of chip damage when you're already super low. Wish it worked that way, man. Wish it worked that way. But as you can see, the damage is going a bit faster on this Old Man Logan here because Red Hulk in Labyrinth, it's the old Red Hulk. So if you don't know, Red Hulk was buffed. It's so long ago now. It doesn't feel like that long ago to me. But yeah, that was quite a while ago now. So Red Hulk got a buff. Him and Luke Cage, they both used to suck. Like suck really, really bad. If you're a bit newer to the game, you don't know. They sucked. If you pull them, it's a trash pull. You don't get to use them. Luke Cage, even a bit more. They both I think they were both a little underrated back then, but they still sucked. It felt terrible to pull them as a 5-star, and I pulled them both out of I think it was my Blade featured 5 stars. But then they got buffed. But the versions of them in Labyrinth, which I don't think Luke Cage is in Labyrinth, but Red Hulk is. So they didn't buff the Labyrinth version of Red Hulk, so he still has the same old abilities. And for each of the heat charges, he gets a bunch of physical resistance, I think it is, or something like that. Basically, when you crit, you don't do much damage. But whereas Old Man Logan here, our basic attacks that don't crit are still hitting pretty nice. Like 800 at least, over 1,000 on mediums. So that's why our damage against Red Hulk was a bit lower. And yeah, so this Old Man Logan, he also got buffed, but this is the old version of him as well. If it was the newer version, we could reverse some regen, which could be cool. But yeah, this is the old version of him as well. So I mean, his regen, those little 3s, I think, are what are being reversed here. Not too much heal reversal. One thing I do like about Mr. Fantastic is that some of his specials create enough distance to get away, but also even if you're too close after whiffing a special or hitting their block or something, there's a good chance you'll just evade and get out of it. I love that. Absolutely love that. So I'm gonna keep applying these L1s. Look at all those debuffs. It's beautiful. He's taking the damage from the full Task Force Team Synergy, like 700 a tick. What is it now? 848 per tick. Got that Incinerate going. It's nice, man. It's real nice. I love spamming that L1. So yeah, with suicides, kind of sucks. You can't really spam the L1s, or recoil is just gonna kill you. And then after the L1, it's pretty easy to go for an intercept as well if they dash at you. If not, then yeah. Right here, charging up the boots. Sometimes it feels like you're a little bit too far, so you just want to hold on like a half a second, and then once they start to dash, let it go, and then you'll curb stomp them with it. Right here, yeah, right there, he didn't really dash at me, so I whiffed it. He just kind of started to walk up. But yeah, there we go. Curb stomp him again, drop his L3. We're going to get a Fury for all these debuffs, and he's getting pretty low health-wise. Stick our hand through a portal, and yeah, hit him with the Herbie, I think his name is, the little robot guy. So yeah, looking at like 2,000 non-critical attacks, 22k meat heavy attack. We got hit a couple times, but the evasion saved us. 10k mediums, 6k lights with the crits. Not bad damage by any means. And again, this is without suicide. So with suicides, it'd be a fair bit better as well, which I normally do rock suicide. So the damage is pretty good considering that for a rank 2 6-star. And yeah, I'm gonna go for another combo. And again, even without that Fury, the damage is still pretty nice. All those evades. Saving us from getting clipped. Feels great, man. Feels great. Like, the evade is so good, I even start to rely on it a bit, which can kind of be a bad thing, but if the chance is high enough, it's a good thing. And I also just love when you rock the full Fantastic Four, how they change your animation. So when I'm blocking, we got the force fields on the L1. You see the fire coming in from Human Torch. I love that. I think that's so cool, man. That is so cool. Look at the flames coming in from Torch. He's got our back. And yeah, Old Man Logan about to drop as well. There we go. The inflatable SpongeBob arms flexing, and 331 hits, 3 received. Not bad, not bad. Not the greatest. He's not the best Labyrinth option, but he's not bad. And the safety net, again, is what I really like about him. That's going to do it for this Mr. Fantastic rank up gameplay video. Got some more videos coming. I like 2 more. One, an Abyss special, and the other one is just special. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to be surprised. So, yeah, drop a thumbs up if you want to see the special one. Subscribe to see more content. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace out.